paper?
I didn't give any. I don't know whether I was accurately quoted or not. But what I'm telling you is, Al Qaeda is not in Quetta. Al Qaeda is not in Quetta.
And the U.S. Embassy has officially put that there is a Quetta Shura.
There is Quetta. There is Taliban in Quetta. There's Taliban elsewhere in the country. There's Taliban in across the border in Afghanistan. We work with your government on a daily basis on these issues. We share intelligence. We work closely with them. It is important, of course, to get a handle on these groups, not just because of what's going on in Afghanistan, but because of the sanctity of Pakistan. And I think most Pakistanis realize this.
Your assistant ambassador has said that Al-Qaeda's presence is being interviewed everywhere in Dawn and reported everywhere. And there was Osama bin Laden's presence in Quetta. That's why I'm asking you this question.
I don't remember my deputy saying Osama bin Laden was in Quetta.
Well, it was recorded everywhere.
We don't believe that Osama bin Laden is sitting in Quetta.
So you're telling me today that Al-Qaeda is not in Quetta, Balochistan?
Osama does not. The Al-Qaeda does not operate out of Quetta. Yes, that's what I'm telling you. And if anyone is, that's what our intelligence shows.
So Al-Qaeda is not in Balochistan?
There may be, as I say, I can't prove to you that an Al-Qaeda member is not there, but you have to distinguish among these groups, because I think that sometimes it's very important, because they all sort of get merged.
I can understand, but this is the statement you have given, or your deputy has given.
It's very important to distinguish among these groups, because they pose different threats, they have different targets, and they are a differing threat to the government of Pakistan and the operations across the border.
I can understand, but when your deputy says that Al-Qaeda is there, means Al-Qaeda is there, or he is not telling the truth, or you are actually telling that he was lying.
Look, what I'm saying is there could be Al-Qaeda in Quetta today. I don't know that. Al-Qaeda does not operate out of Quetta. That's what I'm saying.
So it is in Quetta. It's inside the Quetta. It's not operating
I don't know where it's operating, but the headquarters where Al-Qaeda operates from is mostly South Waziristan. Why is this such an issue?
That's why, because if you're saying that Al-Qaeda's presence in Quetta is there, and you are announcing it, and you are not attacking there, or Pakistan government is not attacking over there, you are giving an opportunity to Al-Qaeda to escape from there. This is the question. If you are announcing that Al-Qaeda is in Quetta, and you are not doing anything, Pakistan government is saying there is no Quetta Shura over there. The Man Malik statements are there. They say the US, whatever US is saying, we don't agree to that. There is no Shura in Quetta. President Zardari is saying there is no Shura in Quetta. They are responding to your criticism. They are responding to your information. So that's why I'm asking you, when you declare, the US declares, your deputy or your interviews respond that records Al-Qaeda is over there, and you don't do anything, you just announce, you are giving the way for their escape if you are not taking an action against them.
Well, maybe we can move on to another issue, because I don't think this is going much of any place. I said that where I thought Al-Qaeda operated from, I said where I thought the Taliban was from, and I said we work closely with your government on all the issues. What is there more to say about that?
Well, the question remains unanswered, that whether you believe that Shura is there in Quetta or you don't believe.
We believe that the Taliban, yes, often operates out of Quetta. We believe it also operates out of parts of Afghanistan and other parts of Pakistan.
And Mullah Omar is there as well.
Sometimes he's there and sometimes he's not there. Mullah Omar is he moves across the border.
So, just tell me, strategically speaking, if you are aware that Mullah Omar is there, not even, okay, I'll leave aside Al-Qaeda. If Mullah Omar is there, and you say sometimes he is there and sometimes he is not there, and you are declaring it in the press, or you are telling me, that means Mullah Omar is aware of it, that now US knows that he is there, he often comes there, going by, and you are not doing anything about it.
That's actually not true. We do things about it, and we do things. We work closely with your government on all these issues. The security in Quetta, we work with your government on all these issues in the tribal areas and throughout. So it's not that we give Mullah, we announce it.
Malik says there is no Taliban or Shura there, so he refutes your.
He does refute it, and while the minister is a very good friend of mine, but I simply disagree with him on this issue. Of course, there are Taliban there. This is. Periodically, there are Taliban throughout the country. It's very difficult. The Taliban have been pushed into parts of Pakistan. They operate out of parts of Pakistan.
My last question on this, on this very particular issue. Should we believe the Interior Minister of Pakistan, or should we believe you about Shura or Taliban in Quetta?
Rehman Malik, I have the greatest admiration for the Minister of Interior. And what I think he said was they were across the border, and they may be across the border.
He said there's nothing to do with them. I've got the statements. You can read
yes,
them.
Yes,
he owns them.
No, he does. I read Raymond Malik's statements, and on this we would.
So who's right? I'm saying you're right or he's right.
We would just disagree on this. That they're Taliban in Quetta and they're Taliban in other places of the country and they're Taliban across the border. Of course, they move around.
So, ma'am, you tell me one thing, just one thing. That means our intelligence, which is working inside Balochistan, it is discredited by your statements? Because obviously, Raymond Malik is not making a fabrication that there is no shura. He has got his own intelligence reports over there.
He does have his own intelligence reports in front of him.
We should believe U.S. intelligence reports.
You can believe whomever you want. I'm giving you the position of the U.S. government on this, that there are Taliban.
So Raymond Malik is wrong. His information is wrong.
I just said we have a difference of opinion.
Last interview you have said about the safe exit of Bashar. I'm not going into that, but we know that you need a stable government over there in Pakistan so that they should work over there. But now the Chief Justice of Pakistan has started opening the NRO, and many people believe that U.S. government has done this NRO between Musharraf and Benazir. Do you still stand by the NRO?
Stand by the NRO?
NRO, because you arranged the NRO.
The NRO is entirely an issue for the domestic institutions of Pakistan. The Supreme Court, the Parliament, the administration, it is entirely an issue for the domestic institutions of Pakistan.
You don't believe that America was behind the negotiations and the dealing arrangement between Musharraf and Benazir?
No, again, let me repeat, it's entirely an issue that the people of Pakistan have to decide.
So when
the U.S. government has nothing to do with the NRO and had nothing to do with the NRO.
So when you say that there should be there was a safe exit about Musharraf, people implied that as if U.S. does not want that he should be trial under Article 6. Is it a wrong perception?
What the U.S., and I think what I said in a previous interview is what the U.S. wanted was President Musharraf to have a dignified exit.
Why?
Because, and this is, I think, again, the sort of listening gap we have, it does not enhance Pakistan's international image to have President Musharraf hanging from a lamppost. What countries with developed political institutions do, their presidents retire, they play golf, they give lectures, they do whatever, but they move into society. So it's a question, really, I think, of stability and image more than a question of President Musharraf's future.
This is the language that Barry has used when he has disclosed there's a deal that he should play golf.
Well, maybe that's where I picked it up. I think he does play golf, actually, President Musharraf. But again, it really comes down to a question of a stable transition.
Madam, just tell me one thing. Is U.S. going to decide that what a president who was dictator, who was in the uniform, who was abused the rights of people for 8 years, should be, how he should be bid a farewell? Or is the Constitution of Pakistan would decide?
The Constitution of Pakistan is going to decide.
So why are you telling that he should have a graceful exit?
Well, but he's had a graceful exit. And what happens to President Musharraf now is entirely a decision of the people of Pakistan. The U.S. has no role in that, has had no role.
But you said you had the role in the graceful exit.
We certainly conveyed our opinion.
Why?
Because what I just said. What you needed was a stable transition.
But the Constitution said otherwise of Pakistan. You don't follow the Pakistan Constitution?
Of course we care about it. This is a domestic issue. This is a domestic issue.
But you indulge yourself into this domestic issue when you express your concern about this internal issue.
The United States was, I think, a very important factor in encouraging President Musharraf to take off his uniform, and we were certainly an important factor, along with others in the international community, in setting up the elections of February of 2007. Nothing was more important to us than a democratic transition in Pakistan. Our goal was a democratic transition in Pakistan. So things that supported that, like a peaceful exit.
It was a quid pro quo.
Well, no, it wasn't our policy, our most heartfelt policy was to promote a democratic transition in Pakistan.
And you also have no role played in this entire judicial restoration movement?
Absolutely not.
Thank you very much for your patience.
Sure.